Hello, Aries. Welcome to your weekly reading for August 25th to the 31st. This is the last week of August, obviously, but this is also for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's jump right in, Aries. We made it, right? This is it. This has been a bonkers month. You've been having a bonkers summer. And when I say this is it, this is the last week, all right, to really go for it, to really take life by the horns. I want you to be inspired. I want you to take that inspired action, do what you need to feel motivated, turn on some ACDC or share. It don't matter. Right, said Fred. It don't matter. Just feel inspired because this is when I say this is it. This is the last week. It's the last week. The prison portal. Yeah. Remember, that's years long, but you get peaks of it. You get these really big windows of opportunity. And this is that last week because come September 1st, that's when Saturn leaves your sign and moves into Pisces. Okay. And so remember, the prison portal, if you're new to my channel, look at your August forecast. It's that rare grand trine that nobody on this planet has experienced, not in modern human history. We're the first, and it's pushing us into this brand new era. But it changes starting September 1st. And it's not just Saturn moving back into Pisces, it's Uranus also going retrograde. It's Neptune going back into Pisces. It's even this week, Pluto's going out of bounds, which I'll talk about later. But every planet that's part of this prison portal, that's part of this rare alignment, is changing. And so again, this is the last, you get that strong energy of it this week. So please take advantage. Remember, it's where you want to be by February 2026 when Saturn and Neptune conjunct in your sign for the first time in 26,000 years. We don't know. We can't trace it back. It's never happened. It's the great reset. It's happening at 0 degrees in your sign. So you really want to take advantage, especially this week. Look at what's happening. But also, I dropped these forecasts a few days before the actual week begins. You're still under the portal of the new moon in Virgo. 0 degrees. It's powerful. All right. And it's meant for you to transform your life, transform your day-to-day routines and work, and being very hyper focused. A lot of focus on health as well. But Virgo energy, remember, no messing around, a lot of service to others, everything I talked about last week. But this is also you just leaving your mark, your legacy. So please put your energy out there this week. Okay. Because look at what's happening. Okay. So Monday, August 25th, right off the bat, Venus is moving into Leo. You are going to love this. Venus is moving into your BFF, fellow fire sign Leo. Okay. And so, what does that even mean? Venus, love, relationships, money, creativity, beauty, what your heart desires, and the sign of the heart, and fun and creativity all week. This is your fifth house of fun and pleasure and true love and soulmate energy. It's even like entrepreneurship. It is procreation. It's sex. Venus and Leo itself is it's sex. I mean, so if you're here for that, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of you are gonna be having babies. Okay, this is your fifth house, or grandkids are coming in the picture. But anyway, Venus and Leo, it cranks up your charm factor. It makes you very charismatic, very social, very flirty. You'll be radiating that light inside you. Remember, Leo is all about that spotlight, you having that stage. But also, this is Venus and Leo. This is feeling that fire in your belly, that passion. And remember, Mercury's here in Leo all week too. So Venus is joining Mercury. Remember, Mercury is the mind. All right. Communication of the mind. Mercury is the brains. Venus is the heart. You've got that mind heart coherence that I talked about since June when Mercury moved into Leo back in June for that extended stay because of the retrograde, but no longer retrograde. In fact, this is the week Mercury leaves shadow. So not even a touch of that retrograde. All right. But everything that you had been thinking about, curious about, putting things into high gear, things that you may have even launched since June. Yeah. You are now really feeling it. Oh, so much passion with Venus here. So you're going to feel this. Even wheels that you put in motion, seeds that you planted with that new moon in Leo back in June, when it comes to love, romance, creative projects, even recreation is, a thing here too. Hobbies, bowling, whatever you want, whatever you do. This is a big deal. It's the house of fun and pleasure. So, really amazing. Now, Tuesday, August 26th. Wow. So, you see Venus having 4 major aspects. All right. This is one of the most bonkers days since man walked on the moon set. JK. Tuesday, August 26th. This is Venus. Okay. So, technically, Venus is aspecting starting on the 25th. All right. And that's going to be with Saturn. That obviously you're going to feel that, right? Saturn's in your sign. Let's start with that, okay? But just know this is a package deal, all right? And I say that because you're going to feel this over the weekend. You're going to feel this throughout the week, all right? Because Venus is connecting with all the outer planets. They move slow. And aspecting at 0 degrees, 1 degree, yeah? New beginnings under the portal of a new moon in Virgo. Come on, your life is changing this week in a huge way. And again, Venus isn't just love and money and creativity. It's peace. Venus is peace and beauty and social, shopping, luxuries, material pleasures, what you value, what you desire. And Venus trining Saturn in your sign. You've had Saturn in your sign for a few months now. And remember, September 1st, Saturn moves back into Pisces for the rest of the year, to be honest. And so you're getting a little bit of a breather here. But this perfection happens August 25th at 1 degree of new beginnings. Last time we had this at this degree was July 1997. Think about what happened in your life when Venus trine Saturn in your sign back then. It's incredibly karmic. I remember Saturn is karma, and it's 2 fire signs. You're going to feel this. Saturn's in your sign. And Saturn brings that promise of long-term support and stability and commitments, business deals, marriage, finances, investments, creative projects, your passions, and loyalty, as long as you put in the work. It's Saturn. Remember, you got to work. He makes you work for things, right? He's all about reality checks. But this is a trine. It's auspicious. It's in your favor. Saturn's actually holding the door open for you into your new, path. So I really love this because it is Virgo season. You're already putting in the work. And you're an Aries. But most importantly, Venus and Leo really allows you to see how much your goals really mean to you. So I really love what's happening here because it's, again, Saturn's in your sign. So you are going to have this feeling of wanting and willing to transform through any responsibilities, any challenge. You're like, bring it on, man. Amazing. I love what's happening here. I mean, the fact that it's happening in your 5th house, like, that's just amazing. And yeah, there's an element of partnerships. You still have Mars and Libra, right? But Venus natively rules your 7th house of partnerships, marriage, relationships. Anyway, you have Jupiter and Cancer, so much stuff happening with home and family. There's a lot of great things happening for you. And career. Oh my goodness. Remember, Saturn natively rules your 10th house of career and fame. So yeah, you are definitely going to feel this energy. All right. And please take advantage of it. And the other thing is, yeah, your ruler, Mars, is in Libra. Yeah, you've been feeling that drive, that willpower, that ambition. But there is a little bit of, Aries energy and Leo energy is, a little bit of like, it's, me, right? Instead of the we, like Libra, right? So just be mindful of that. It's all about compromise. Yeah. That's what Venus wants. It's diplomacy, it's balance, it's harmony. So just be sure to love what you do. That's really it. Okay. Being your authentic self. All right. Parker Posey, by the way, Jason Alexander, Ricky Martin, Tina Turner, John Cena, Halle Berry, they all have Venus trine Saturn in their charts. They love what they do. They're passionate about what they do. They're in it to win it for the long haul. Now, Venus, sextile Uranus, that's a big deal. This is a big deal for you. All right. A 1 degree. You're going to see all these new things happen in your life. And remember, we've nobody on earth at this point has experienced this, okay? Unless you're over 80 years old, because remember, it's the first time Uranus has been in Gemini in 84 years. So this is a new energy that we're all feeling. It's breakthroughs. It's Uranus. It's breakthroughs. It's freeing your mind. It's you're awakening. Yeah, letting your authentic self shine. Especially it's Venus with love, with creativity, with money, with your passions, and yes, love and romance is so amplified for you. It's so highlighted for you. But remember, Uranus and Gemini is your third house. So there's something here about agreements that are happening. You got your ruler in Libra anyway. So I would not be surprised if you're signing things, if you're launching things, if you're selling things. It's the third house. It's communication, it's PR, advertising, marketing, it's writing, it's creative writing, it's writing projects. It's a lot that have to do with your local community, but marriage is a big thing here. Even second marriage for y'all looking over. You got the moon in Sagittarius over the weekend. But anyway, this is a big deal, okay? And Venus and Leo is also very social. It's very like expanding your network. It's just being stimulated. But the best way to use this, is take a moment and ask yourself, I wonder what would happen if I dot dot dot. Because Uranus and Gemini is all about experimenting and being curious and taking risks. Yeah. Expanding your consciousness, all of that. And the connection here with Venus is so special. There's a lot of communication that you're going to be doing that you're passionate about, or about your passions, or this creative outlet here. And, you may even travel out of the blue. It's Uranus, which is all about surprises and the unexpected. So, yes, if you're single, you've got Venus in the fifth house of like soulmate energy, like romance. Like, this is a big deal. That's a big deal. All right. And remember, our experiences shape us, who we are. And this aspect is a big shaper. And you always want to take advantage of these rare aspects. Okay. It's a window of opportunity as a sextile. But remember, you have to take that action. You have to put yourself out there. You got to make these things happen. But again, but remember, Uranus shakes up old routines. He wants you to do that too. So you see things in new ways, but he also does bring surprises, and it's a wonderful aspect. So it's your third house. You could receive messages about things that you want, something to do with love, something to do with like creative projects, just writing project, anything. Just everything that I talked about. It's really, really nice. And we don't get this aspect again until your birthday season next year. Venus trine Neptune in your sign. So Venus and Leo trine Neptune and Aries, 1 degree. So another aspect nobody living right now has experienced. We have not had this since the 1860s. And this is this amazing flow between the little sister, big sister, right? They're related, right? They both rule music, Venus and Neptune. So, please, again, play music this day, okay? Be inspired. Sound is healing. I've talked about this. Sound is therapy. Remember hemisync, right? The binaural beats, left brain, right brain, all of that frequency. But MC Hammer, whoever you want to listen to, you just feel inspired. Yep. There's so much compassion here. Venus and Neptune. Oh, compassion. It's all about the arts, painting, dancing, singing, the filmography, museums, galleries, all of that. It's creative expression, and you have it in your fifth house of creativity. Like, you are going to be very creatively expressive. And it's also very spiritual energy. It's Neptune, really strong, like as in like visionary. I've talked about this visualize, vision boards. Okay, break out those vision boards. Get one of these things. Or it's very daydreamy, very transcendent. Really use this. Really use this. Okay. And it's really fiery too, by the way. 2 fire signs here. It's like the fiery heart emoji, but it's really amplifying a lot of that. Again, the compassion, imagination, creativity, off the charts for you. Remember to keep 1 foot on the ground because this is really strong. Um, and but the other thing is, you've got Neptune conjuncting Saturn in your sign. And remember, Saturn, it grounds us, and he is those reality checks. He is making your dreams become reality. So that really helps. But it's happening in your sign. Yeah. So this is you're gonna see some, you're gonna feel inspired. Now, Venus opposite Pluto, 2 degrees. This happens once a year. This is a little bit more like not seeing eye to eye, power struggles, jealousy, obsession, things like that. That's Venus opposite Pluto. And usually involves love and money and sex. It really does take like two to tango with this aspect. And it's an opposition. And it's with Pluto. Remember, Pluto excavates, is that Mulder Scully energy. Okay. So there's a part of you like, something going on, right? Or you may be revealing a secret, or someone may be revealing a secret, or someone may be holding a secret. It really is also like deep desires coming to the surface. Remember, Pluto, it's your 11th house, Pluto in Aquarius. So there's something here about your future. There's something here with friendships, groups you belong to, maybe even social media. It's going to be really active for you, especially with, remember, Uranus and Gemini, your 3rd house as well. So a lot of social media stuff here, but Pluto natively rules your 8th house, and that is death and rebirth and transformation, but it is Pluto's home. So when I say things coming to the surface, deep desires, yeah, it can, or you exploring your relationship with your partner, or money, yeah. And yeah, it can be business, it can be in any, any of the, you got your ruler in your 7th house, contracts, your relationship with your agent, your babysitter, it doesn't matter. There's just something here. It takes two. Yeah. And so whether you've been investing your time and energy, whatever you've been investing all that in, just there is some emotional depth with this opposition. Just remember your ruler is in Libra. Okay. That's Mars. Mars is Venus's lover. And so there really is a little bit of like, whatever, should anything come up around this time that may be testing you, and it honestly can be a friend, a group that you belong to. It could be something that has to do with love, romance, or your children or a child or a creative partner. Whatever is happening around this time, should anything happen, it's all about being honest. It's all about compromise. It's all about diplomacy, patience, everything that, Libra represents. Okay. And even Venus too, right? So good things come to those who wait, and use this. Like I said, you can always use these aspects. Yes, this is when you can form intense connections that you feel deep in your bones. You can have huge creative breakthroughs. There's a lot that you can use with this, but just don't fall into its lower frequencies. No. All right. So, and the last time we had this, if you want to kind of get an idea of what may come up, was July 11th to the 12th last year, 2024. Now, all these Venus aspects, who's going to feel them the most? If you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising or your moon, or for your husband, or, your sister, whoever, it will be the fire and air signs. Now, if you know your natal chart, your birth chart, if you have any planets 0 to 3 degrees in Leo, Aquarius, Gemini, or Aries, they're going to feel it the most. But you're really going to feel, everyone's going to feel. I mean, this is, look at what everyone's going to feel it. All right. Really big energy. Oh, by the way, not on the whiteboard. The reason why you, Aries, may feel this the most with another sign is because we basically have a T square, right? With Venus opposite Pluto. The moon is going to be in Scorpio. And the moon in Scorpio is, as you know, has an intensity to it. Yeah. And remember, Scorpio rules your 8th house, really deep, intense emotions. Yeah. The moon is going to be squaring both Venus and Pluto. So we'll talk about more in the second spread. Just remember, there's going to be something here with partnerships or money is the biggest thing for you, or a friendship. Don't lend a friend money this day, please. All right. Now, the other thing is, oh yeah, Pluto going out of bounds. Pluto's going out of bounds, and I'm just going to talk about this for a hot second because it's Pluto out of bounds again. We haven't. Come on, it's been 250 years since Pluto. Nobody's. It's been a while. Pluto's free. Pluto's free. And I'll probably do a separate video. Okay, maybe something on the Great Awakener. All or nothing. That's Pluto out of bounds. All or nothing. You want transformation in a big way. Okay, that's how you're gonna feel. You're gonna want these big breakthroughs, deep transformation. Yeah. Okay. So keep that in mind. And you're going to see things happen. And Pluto's in Aquarius in your 11th house and your future hopes, wishes, and dreams. Like it's almost like that, the ram inside you is going to really come out. Now, what's happening on Thursday, the 28th? Whoa, it needs like a marching band. Da, 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 da. Uranus in Gemini, sextile Neptune in your sign. 1 degree. A lot of new stuff happening for you, Aries. Your life is changing. Your world is changing. You've been seeing it since summer. Now, again, these two planets in fresh new signs, just like Saturn, sextile Uranus 2 weeks ago, right? You felt that Saturn's in your sign. This is just as big. And this we have not seen since the 1960s, the late 1960s. Think about what happened the late 1960s. This is more of a movement for the collective, which you're a part of. And I've talked about that. Okay. We're all the collective. We all contribute. We're humanity. It's like bees in a colony, ants in a colony. We all contribute to grow, to thrive, to survive. We're all part of the collective. And you're going to start seeing that. All right. And I talk more about your monthly forecast. So just check that out. Just remember 2025 to 2027, the most pivotal, important years of this decade. And this prison portal, remember, it's many years, through the decade, but these next 2 years, the most important. And it's going to be a lot of changes. All right. And it's one of the reasons I launched Great Awakener. All right. Because there's so much happening, and I just want to help guide you through a lot of the things, tell you some of the things that are going to be happening. And again, just think about the late 1960s. There was a little bit of revolution, but this is your personal revolution, right? I do world astrology over there on Great Awakener, but this is your personal revolution. And it's not just the astrology, by the way. I've explained this. There's a lot of different cycles that are converging right now, not just astrology, like historical, geophysical, the Kali Yuga. There's so many. All right. So consciousness is changing. Yeah. The collective conscious, the collective unconscious. It's Uranus and Gemini. It's the mind. It's innovation. It's the future. Neptune in your sign is the higher mind, is visionary, the dream, spirituality. Merge the two planets' energies. That's what you get. It was Albert Einstein who said imagination is more important than knowledge. You get the best of both worlds with this. Yeah. So, expect to have inspired innovation, personal revolution in its creative way. Again, you've got Uranus and Gemini in your 3rd house. Y'all gonna be communicating big time, really big breakthroughs. You're gonna be writing books. A lot of y'all gonna be writing books. It's like you having a megaphone with Uranus and Gemini in your 3rd and Neptune in your sign. But also, again, just a lot of new things that you're going to be doing. That's the 3rd house. A lot of teaching as well. You may be going back to school. You may be teaching something. It's education here. Yeah. So you're really going to feel it over the weekend when the moon is Sagittarius. And lastly, that, by the way, remember, is this, it's many years. It's a slow drip, right? But there's peaks with this. All right. Saturn, sextile Neptune, and Saturn and Uranus, right? I'm sorry, Uranus, sextile Neptune, Saturn, sextile Uranus. Remember, those are the 2 legs of the prism portal. And so it's a big deal. This is a really big deal. It's like activated in a big way. And you're going to see this is one of the peaks. Your life is changing. You're going to see it unfold, especially under the window of the new moon in Virgo. And then September, eclipse season changes. Yeah. Everything is changing. It was Heraclitus who said the only constant in the world is change. But he also said you cannot step in the same river twice. Thank you, Heraclitus. He would have really loved memes. Anyway, it's so true though. You are always the same person, but every moment that you have is unrepeatable. Think about that. It's always unique. You always want to be in the now. Be aware in the moment. Be present in the moment. Okay? That's aware. I made up the word awareness, awareness and clarity, right? And that helps, expand your consciousness, and it's part of your growth, your personal growth and your journey, and always being the best version of yourself and vibrating at that high frequency on your journey. And again, another reason why I launched Great Awakener, but also it's almost like I'm living proof that you create your reality. If you watch my live streams, you'll see, what it took to get to this point, but I made it. And this is my new reality. All right. And you're going through change. And that's the other thing. Everyone is going through change. You cannot find one person on this planet that that's not going through change or has had moments that are saying you need to change, because it's Uranus and Gemini. It's the prison portal. I've told you it's a new era we're moving into, and it's non-negotiable. So anyone resisting change, you're going to see that they're going to have to, come into their new person, their new. Yeah. So anyway, who's going to feel this the most? It will be the fire signs and the air signs. Yeah. I'm also going to throw in Pisces, but because of Neptune being its ruler. If you have any planets 0 to 3 degrees in any of the signs that I just said, obviously in your sign too, your fire sign, you will feel it the most. Right. All right. So, and not on the whiteboard, Sunday, just to let you know, Mercury in Leo will trine Chiron in your sign. And so remember that last week we had the sun trine Chiron. Now you got Mercury trine Chiron. So what is this? Sunday? And around this time, especially days before, it's healing words. Yeah, bold communication that inspires, helps heal those old wounds. But it is Mercury in Leo, Chiron in your sign. And like I said, the moon will be in Sagittarius. That's all the fire signs. It's really fiery. So it could be like fired up healing words. Like Melissa McCarthy jumping on Kristen Wiig and Bridesmaids. You got the Irish police officer, he loves you, and you got your cupcake place to reopen, like all that. Okay, so like someone like really inspiring you, and or you doing it or something, but just keep that in mind. It's all about this fresh new perspective, but healing. Anyway, let's see what's going on for you, and it could be something that you write as well. All right, let's see what's going on for you. Aries, sun, moon, and rising. August 25th to the 31st. It's late, you can see. This is the oh my goodness. Let me just see something real quick. Okay, great. Aries, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, offers the best overview, especially for a weekly reading. If we need a pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, I love y'all. It is late. I've had to do some like later, and but I got you. I'm here for you. This is going to be a week that I really want you to take advantage of. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, this is going to be a week. This is going to be a week. You're obviously really good, but Lord, this is going to be a week. Let's talk about this. Well, yeah, okay. You got strength. Great. Amazing. Strength attributed to Leo, right? You can see the lion here, right? So again, Leo rules your 5th house, which is great. Okay. So finding that strength when it comes to anything, right? That fifth house energy that brings you that joy, that true love, that feeling of like romance. Yeah. And when I say romance, it can even be romantic toward the arts. It's the house of creativity. All right. So this is really nice. This is all about that inner courage. And so having and finding that inner courage, remember heart based living, right? I've talked about this. Courage, trace it back to its etymological root. It's core, Kor, heart. Okay. Courage comes from heart. So, cortisone. Yeah. So, heart based living. All right. That's going to show you that anything is possible. Okay. When you have that courage, when you believe in yourself, you have that inner strength, it comes from within. All right. Anything is possible. You can do anything that you want. And it's almost like you have this because you see that there may be something that you need to change. And you see it's the tower in the heart of your spread. Now, here's the thing. When I look at your entire spread, it looks like it's you. It looks like you're going to be doing something where it's like, you know what? This isn't working. I've tried. I feel strong about this now. I'm just going to burn it down, build it up. Phoenix rising from the ashes. All right. The tower, a lot of people are scared of the tower. The tower, with two things are the tower moment, it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Yeah. You can see when the tower falls, you can see. You can see. Yeah. And secondly, it's not a card to, my elbow's sticking on that. It's really not a card to, it's just saying that things have to change. And like I said, Uranus does that. All right. If you don't make those changes, Uranus does it. But look at your spread. It seems like it's you because you have that Seven of Swords in your challenge area. Yeah. Venus opposite Pluto. Like I said, Pluto being in Aquarius, this card is attributed to Aquarius. It is the Seven of Swords. This is the mischievous, someone being deceitful, lying, cheating, stealing, dishonesty, disloyalty, all of that energy. And it just feels like maybe you understand because with Venus opposite Pluto, like I said, you're going to feel it days before, days after. So basically the entire week. And so things coming to the surface, secrets being revealed, truth that are now out in the open. And so you're like, you know what? Right? Because look, you got that Six of Cups in your crown. You got the Hangman in the root of your spread. So I feel like, yeah, it's you. There's something you're gonna Kevin Bacon footloose dance it, that angry, like and then you're gonna go dance with everybody. Anyway, so there's something here. There's something here that may have to do with partnerships and relationships. Okay. Keep that in mind. The tower is attributed to Mars. Mars is in Libra. That rules partnerships and relationships for you. Contracts, one-on-one relationships, marriage, things like that. Yeah. So keep that in mind. All right. Six of Cups, really great. There's a sense of nostalgia. There's something of the past. Your mind might be in something like nostalgia is proven to improve mental health and well-being and all of that. So have those nostalgic moments. Think about the time that you were in college and you were a raver. You had so much fun with the glow sticks, whatever. Just bring those fun memories that raises your frequency. Love it. And there is this sense of comfort that you seek, and there's just peace, and there's so much harmony here. And I feel like that helps with that Hangman. Again, something here activated, as in I need to see something with that Hangman, and you need to see something. Well, you're going to see it with a Hangman. He put himself here. He hanged himself upside down to see things in a new way, because what I've been saying, out with the old, in with the new, especially with you, with Saturn in your sign, Neptune in your sign, Chiron in your sign, Juno in your sign, Ceres in your sign, Aries. You're going through a lot. You're going through a lot. So out with the old, in with the new, looking forward to transformation. Okay. He's smiling. He's got a halo around enlightened. He's enlightened. And the reason he's doing this is because the old ways were not working for him anymore. And what I've been saying, old patterns, old structures, old habits, old lifestyle, things like that. It's got to go. And you know it. You know it. With the hangman and the root of your spread, you know it. But you're manifesting it and you're making things happen and you're taking that inspired action, because what comes after the hangman? Card 12, the death card in your future. So yeah, it seems like remember I said that ram and you coming out? Yeah, it's coming out. Death in your future, amazing. This is one of your best spreads. It really is. This is insane. Um, death. You see the sun coming out on the horizon here? Yeah. Opportunities, optimism, vitality. It's everything. It's everything. It's being able to express yourself. It's joy. It's everything. You're moving in that direction, but it requires this transformation that you'll be going through this week, which is one of the most transformative weeks for you. Yeah. All right. So really big, especially with the fact that you do have the moon in Scorpio midweek. I mean, you kick it off with all those Venus aspects, moon in Scorpio, and you get to the weekend, which I'll talk about because, again, you've got some stuff with partnerships and relationships. All right. And money and love. Big themes for you. But there you go. Death is Scorpio. Yeah. Tower, Mars, right? Mars is not only your ruler, but Scorpio's traditional ruler as well. There's something here. All right. That is your 8th house of death and rebirth, of transformation. You're really good. It seems like something's setting you free, but you got to take that action. You have to have that sense of enlightenment, looking forward to the things that your future. Okay. Really amazing. And remember, don't resist change. Don't resist change. You see the king here? Let me show you something here. You see the king with his crown knocked off? He tried to resist change. Look at what happened to him. When you see the lightning striking the crown off that tower here, okay, you even see that it's not just one person, it's 2 people falling out of the tower. FYI, right? So again, there's something here where it's like there may be something here with another person involved. Like I said, takes 2 to tango with some of these aspects. Let's get to your stuff. And it can just be like, I don't know, maybe a boss that you quit and you're like, no more, like I'm quit. And your boss is like, no, you're my, best employee. Yeah. And you're like, no. I don't want to work at, Chase anymore. Whatever you do. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me, Aries, come on. This is big. Tell me what's going on. And I love it. All right, let's get to your you're good. You're good AF. You're good AF. Okay. Can you? Yeah. Okay. I can't even. I'm sorry. I'm working with this new system. I can't even see it. It's so like okay. All right. There you go. All right. Aries, you got the Hermit. Love it. All right. Amazing. Do it. Go deep. Go deep. You're doing some introspection, and that's what you do with with Pluto being highly active this week. Pluto going out of bounds this week. Yeah, a little yeah. Pluto being the modern ruler of Scorpio, by the way. So it's all about your transformation. It's like all or nothing. And you got the Hermit, which is great because you're doing that reflection. You're thinking about your future. You're thinking about your accomplishments. The Hermit is Virgo. Remember, you're in Virgo season. You're coming out that new moon in Virgo. Virgo rules your 6th house of your everyday activities. What do you want to change in your day to day, in your lifestyle, in your work, in your career too? All of that. Because remember, come September 1st, a lot of different energies. Take advantage now. It seems like you want it. Okay. Now you do have that 4 of cups. So there is someone involved here that may not be seeing eye to eye with you about something. It may be a little bit like about something with you, and that might really make you. So just keep that in mind. Remember, compromise, vibrate at the high frequency. You're going to be fine. Okay. It just seems like someone's not getting what they want from you, or you figure something out and they're a little like, so all about compromise, you're moving into a new direction. And if you feel that that's you, that 4 cups, which is associated with like boredom and apathy and emotional discontent and lack of gratitude and all of that, right? And I'm not saying that's you. I'm saying it was like hard here, right? If you feel like there's something here where you're just kind of like, and you see him crossing off his heart and all of that, well, vibrate at that high frequency and have that gratitude for everything that you have in your life. And when you have that, when you're at that frequency of love and compassion and self-love and all of that, you have that moment. 10 of Wands. Yeah, something's been weighing you down and you're just like, no more. You got the Chariot too. You're good. You're on your way. Something here set you free. And if it is circumstantial, if there is something that happens that you did not see coming, you've got to see it as the best thing for you. All right? Because that could be your reaction should something happen and you're like, no. You got to see it as the best thing for you. And when you connect within your authentic self, your higher mind, all of it, spirit, all of it, then you know. And you know. And the Chariot is all about just, there's that willpower, there's that courage, there's that from the beginning of the week, I haven't changed. It just inspired me to keep going after my hopes and my dreams. And in a sense, like you're even going to be in a place where you're like, I don't even know what direction I'm going. It doesn't matter. I'm going. Yeah. And that's a great thing. He controls the 2 Sphinxes here. And with the Sphinxes, there's a sense of mystery about them, right? But that's the thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which direction they goes. You're in control. All right. A lot of this is like mind over matter as well. Just continue to move forward. No looking back. It doesn't look like you will. You're good. This is actually one of your best. This has been great. This has been great. Aries. Oh my goodness. All right. So you don't even need any clarifiers here. You don't need that. You're this pretty straightforward. This is going to be a very life-changing week where there may be something unexpected, but again, it feels more like you. That's gonna, so you're like something's gonna change, and you open up that door. All right, so Aries, next week. Oh yeah, we do September. I'm just gonna let you know now. So okay, sure. Eclipse season changes. The eclipses are going to be in Pisces and Virgo. South node, north node. Yeah. It might be a big month for you. Might be a big month, but changes. This is showing you're moving in the right direction. And the first week of September, it could be a little, but we'll talk about it next week. Anyway, and I did the September astrology overview. I'll leave it at the end of this video. And the second spread. Whoa. So remember that I said, well, first of all, we actually have a grand air trine kicking off the week. I'll talk about that. All right. There's stuff happening with partnerships, relationships, contracts, and things like that. Even like friendship stuff for a lot of y'all. But you do have, okay, so remember the moon in Scorpio, that's going to be a big deal. There's a lot of void moons this week too, by the way, FYI. We're coming out of that, but the other thing is that Friday, I told you Juno's in the mix, and then Ceres. And remember, Ceres is in your sign, and she's retrograde too. So she is going to not see eye to eye with Mars. That's in Libra. So again, you have a lot of things happening with partnerships, relationships, contracts, and agreements this week. Love and money. Tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. We'll go through it. We'll do a spread, and anyone's welcome to join. And that, I think that's it. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what is going on, and thank you for everyone who has joined the Great Awakener. it really means so much to me, and y'all know the website, so thanks so much. Hope to see you there. All right, bye, Aries. Thank you.